All right, another interesting synergy, but this time between physiotherapy and the other side of fitness. Um, this is a little bit more unique because generally physiotherapists will have kinesiologists or other members of kind of the fitness exercise realm already working with them. So, what possibly is there for us to kind of synergize about or with is a good question. And really, I think most of the demand here, uh, again, from a lifestyle perspective, and again, I am pushing the boundaries of the application of the other side of fitness to different realms of healthcare in a way of unifying things so that we can have a greater service for the people accessing the service. That being said, I think the greatest kind of limiting factor or challenge is the amount of time um, with the client because there is a different kind of pressure that goes along with the clinical aspect of physiotherapy and their need to implement exercise. And when you have 1,000 people to get to and only a limited amount of time and resources, then you can only do so much. So I think this is in the complementing of furthering the kind of outpatient experience, if you will, of exercise. Now, on top of this, it's strongly known that getting a person to do the exercises prescribed by a physiotherapist or another practitioner of that style is increasingly different and difficult to actually happen. So we've kind of leaned towards the app view of the world to make it easier per se for the client to know what kind of exercise to do, how to do the exercise, what different cues to use, and to make it understood that way. But I think we fail to see the actual limitation in this approach because it is not that the person particularly doesn't know how to do it or doesn't kind of see the view of importance of doing this thing because they came there because of the pain or discomfort or injury, and the best or the most thing they want to do is limit this pain and discomfort, and they don't really want it to come back. But in this approach, we don't really create the experience of what it's like to be without it in a way of making it more lifelike for them to understand that this new experience is far greater than the old, and this is how we stop the old from happening. We can say mainly, except for kind of car accidents and these kind of traumas, that mainly these chronic style injuries come from the lifestyle itself. So, where the crossover comes now is when we're trying to introduce the client back to their lifestyle, we have to address the things that caused the issue in the first place. And this is where the other side of fitness, I think, really comes into play and steps up to bat in helping the person identify what those things are, how to change the movements so they don't come back again, and to strongly implement the wisdom of the prescribed exercises from the physiotherapist and the kinesiologist in that realm of things. You can see where the translation really is from the professional clinical world into the lifestyle and personal world of the individual. And this is where the other side of fitness has its strongest kind of assets when used correctly. So I think this is a great way of improving our services cohesively as a unit, less as kind of two separate individuals, but really working on the points where we cross over to make that better, to make that transition more seamless, and therefore have a greater progression of the individual to a healthier atmosphere, a healthier mindset, and a healthier way of movement. And again, always email in and we can discuss this avenue further and work on ways of kind of completing this process in a more profound way.